gets better. I didn't used to believe that. It took a long, long time. But I'm glad that I believe it now. I had a hard time as a kid coming out, and I had a hard time with dealing with my dad as far as coming out. It wasn't something that was accepted. It wasn't something that was okay. And because I knew that before I came out, I made a point to hide what I was doing, to be secretive about what I was doing. When I felt like I wasn't going to get the support I needed at my mom's, I moved in with my dad. And that didn't really fix the problem. It just sort of made things worse. I remember in high school, which is when sort of my insomnia started, I remember that I would take handfuls of Flexeril just to sleep, just to be away, just to escape. But even, even that ended me up in trouble. Charcoal doesn't taste so good, kids. It doesn't. And there's probably nothing worse than, at the time, I guess, dealing with all the people who wanted to care for me after I tried to kill myself. But there were a lot of them, and that surprised me. It shouldn't have, but it did. There were a lot of people that cared and wanted to help. I just didn't want to let them. I was stubborn, or I was scared, but I should have let them. There were a lot of people that were happy to walk that journey with me. I was very lucky to have other gay people in my life, and supportive gay people in my life. I managed to have an okay time in high school. I didn't hate the experience. But at the same time, I did get rocks thrown at my head, and I had a teacher that wouldn't, after my head was bleeding, wouldn't let me go to the office to report it. She wouldn't let me out of class. And I never did anything. And I should have. It took 2 more years. By my senior year, I came out. I noticed a lot of my friends who were gay were getting sort of the same kind of treatment that I had gotten and was still getting on occasion. So I tried to start up a Gay Straight Alliance, which I think is still active at the high school. We did a Day of Silence, which I think was given a very country, sort of rural area, and it was probably the first time some of them have ever heard the word gay. I know I didn't actually hear the word gay until I was in high school, I think. So, and then I did my senior project on homophobia in high schools. I think there's a DVD floating around. But instead of being scared, once I woke up with the charcoal, I think I realized that I could fight it. And it wasn't necessarily being strong for myself. What I got strong for was my friends. Because I got tired of watching them hurt the way I did. And I knew that if it got bad enough, they would try to kill themselves like I did. So I learned, I educated myself, I found out about statistics, I found out about support, I found out about things like the Trevor Project, and I talked to my friends about it, because they would listen, and I hope that it helped somebody. I won't know, but I hope that what we could do helped somebody. It got better. It got better because I made an active decision to make it better. And I know there are a lot of reasons to not do that. I had every excuse. But I also had every support that I needed. I just needed to reach out. I needed to let go of my pride and say, hey, this is hard. It's a lot to handle, and I need help. I teach now. I teach high school students, and it's interesting to be on the other side of it because you sort of watch these kids that you worry about, and you can't force your help on them, so you have to sort of wait in the wings until they need help. And I sort of imagine what that was like for the people in my life, to have to wait in the wings. But it got better for them. It's gotten better for me, and it will get better for you. You can't have light without darkness. You can have darkness without light, and you can't live in the darkness all the time. I promise the cloud will go away. Because even now, at however old I am, and trying to work through lots of gender stuff still, it's better. Because I made a choice to get the help, to stay in the light. So don't be afraid to reach out. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other.